Looking for a quick and easy way to analyze a buy and hold real estate opportunity? This calculator will help you do that and break down all the details in an easy to understand way. This tool is built using Microsoft Power BI. My first recommendation would be to use this on a computer and in full screen mode for the best experience. In the bottom corner, you will see a double arrow that you can click to go into full screen mode. Clicking on the Help button will give you some quick tips on the tool. One thing to note is that due to limitations in Power BI, there may be some rounding of precise numbers. Click the button on the bottom to return to the calculator. On the left-hand side, you'll be able to input all the information on the property you'll be analyzing. You can either use a slider or type in numbers into the text box. Note that for percentages, you will see a format required when you click in the box. For example, this 3.5% would be 0.035. On a lot of inputs, you will see an information icon on the top right. Hover your mouse above that to get more details on that specific input. Once you enter in all of your inputs, you will notice the numbers and chart changing in real time. For example, I can adjust the annual property tax and see how it changes the numbers below with the expenses and cash flow, and also the chart above. I can adjust it back and see how things change in real time. The numbers below are split into 5 buckets: income and cash flow, mortgage, expenses, property, and KPIs. Most numbers are self-explanatory, but for the more in-depth ones such as the KPIs, the key performance indicators, you can hover your mouse above the information icon to get an explanation and breakdown of what that is measuring and how it is calculated. As you can see, if I hold my mouse over the cash-on-cash return on investment, I will get a definition, some guidelines on if this is a good number or not, the formula, and an example using the numbers that you have inputted. One of the other cool features is that you can fast forward to years in the future to see how all the numbers change over time. By default, you are looking at year 0. If you select year 10, the numbers will reflect how the property is expected to be performing at the end of year 10. We can flip back to 0 and get back to the numbers that we saw before. As you can see in year 10, I originally started with a monthly rent of $1,000 with an annual rent increase of 3%. At the end of year 10, that means the rental income will be $1,344 per month. The chart at the top gives a quick visual of how your monthly expenses, monthly income, and monthly cash flow look over a 30-year period. You can hold your mouse above any year to quickly see how the property is expected to be performing in that year. By default, you will be seeing this cash flow chart. You can flip to the property value details to see how the property value, equity, and loan balance change over time. The last feature is seeing the underlying data. Based on your inputs, 2 tables with all the underlying data are created. One table breaks out the monthly details while the other breaks out the annual details. You can go back to the overview and adjust numbers as needed. If you have any questions or suggestions for the tool, feel free to reach out at the email listed at the bottom of the report. If you have a report idea that you would like to be created, feel free to reach out and I'll see what I can do. Thank you for taking the time to view this video, and happy investing.